Yep. We are live streaming and recording. Good evening, everyone. This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law. Notice of this meeting has been sent to the Cape May Star and Wave and the Atlantic City Press, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, and has remained continuously posted as the required notice under the statute. In addition, a copy of this notice is and has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the municipal clerk. We can all rise for a flag salute and silence our phones. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Santicello?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Dick?
Here.
Mayor Saban?
Here. Let the record also reflect Clerk Teresa Antiano to my left, our Deputy Clerk Aaron Seer, hiding behind the screens, our Solicitor Frank Corrado, our Purchasing Specialist Ron Vitale, our Engineer Anthony Chadwell, our Chief of Police, Chief Bashaw, and notable members of our volunteer commissions and the public in attendance. Thank you. The first thing on the agenda is our 2024 audit. Mr. Costello has not arrived yet. He's coming from another meeting, so if you bear us a little wiggle room, we're going to move on to the engineer's report, and when he arrives, we'll have to present the audit.
Thank you, Mayor. First up is the 2023 Transportation Alternative Set-Aside application. I have the updates from GPI. Last we talked.
Can we take I'll put the microphone a little closer. Thank you.
Is that better?
Yeah, thank you.
Dates from GPI. Last time we talked, they were getting their agreement authorized with NJDOT local aid, and they'll schedule a kickoff. The reconstruction of Morrison Avenue. That project was awarded to South State at the end of October. We are currently coordinating a pre-construction meeting and getting those contracts out for signature. And it should be noted that the scope of the project was increased and approved by DOT to include a portion of Third Avenue as well.
And that was to, what was that extension needed for, if you wouldn't mind just elaborating?
There was some extra grant money available when we initially bid it, so we extended the paving limits for the mill and overlay to utilize some of those grant funds.
I mean, it's part of the drainage issues at the end of that street.
So Morrison, yeah, the drainage issues will be taken care of.
Thank you.
Yeah. So 6th Avenue, that's just earmarked. There's some principal forgiveness available. Myrtle Avenue sanitary sewer improvements, punch list items and final paving to be completed by end of November. I did just talk to the contractor today and met them out on site. They will be doing the mill and overlay and final paving on Friday. And there's just some ancillary punch list items. So that project is almost complete.
I would say Friday is the payment,
Right.
and all the owners have been notified.
We have emails, I hope the door knockers are on there.
Thank you.
4th Avenue West Drive pump station generators. We did finally get the NJDEP permit approved November 10th. So now we just need to finalize our bid plans and specifications to comply with all the permit requirements. And then the borough needs to order the generators. Last I heard, the state contract said they had a lead time of 20 to 24 weeks. So it's quite a time. So the earlier that we can order those, I just need to stress that we need to get those purchased.
Laura, do you have any input on, we can do that, or order? So,
We are looking into doing our bond for the 2025 year in the next meeting to start the process, and that will be included in there.
great, thank you.
Thank you. The West Cape May to Cape May City pedestrian and bicycle bridge, we completed the soil borings, and we're finalizing the preliminary design for submission to NJDEP to determine what permits they require now that the scope has changed a little bit from our initial concept. First Avenue, Sunset to Grant, that's the 2025 municipal aid project. We have submitted the plans, specifications, and the estimate to DOT for people to go out and bid. So as soon as they give us approval, we'll schedule.
What's the usual timing on them to actually give us approval from the time we ask them to?
It depends of over a month or two, usually something.
Okay, so we're optimistic we don't happen this winter.
Yeah, we can get it paid this winter.
Okay, thanks.
And then the financial year 2026 municipal aid is the Stevens Street road reconstruction. We submitted that back in June, and they usually release them literally any day now. So should get an application letter anytime. Thank you.
Sorry, I have to check a question.
Sure.
The project on Fifth Avenue where we did the storm sewers.
Yep.
There was some issues with the corner of Oak and Fifth where the handicap ramp goes to nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's flooding.
Yep.
Have we,
It's on their radar, and there's some options to take care of it. So we'll get that taken care of.
because I noticed the other day that it has, and we talked about it several times.
Yep.
Push that one on. Thank you.
Any questions for the engineer?
None.
Okay. Moving on to the work session. On our old business, we had a discussion about security cameras for the pump stations. We discussed this briefly. Lauren, I don't know if you had some more to add to the conversation about it.
No, I spoke with Bill, Isaac, our water and sewer supervisor, just wanted me to reiterate that it is just a safety precautionary that we would like to do this, and also, just, to lessen liabilities for the borough.
I would have a question on the pump station. One of them is in front of the firehouse, correct? Given the constant use of the firehouse and the security cameras we already have in that building, do we really need an additional security camera in that spot?
So actually, right now, there are no security cameras on the actual firehouse, and adding this system to the
So
pump
it's in the back,
station.
cameras on the back.
So if we add this system, we are only gonna be using one port out of the four, because four is the least amount of ports that we can get. So we will have 3 extra ports for them to add cameras. I did speak with the firehouse, and that is that they would like to do as well.
I wasn't the police involved myself, I spoke to see the director, in such a move like this, we were never involved in any meetings or showing any reports that this was needed. And after talking to the police department, they said that I had their confidence that they're able to handle this on a routine, daily basis, and over pages, or even something else, but I just don't understand where this all came from, and how you guys have the ability to spend the town's money without, I heard recently that it's under the threshold, which I wasn't sure the amount of. I just feel it's unfair that there were no meetings involved with myself or Chief Decon. And I would like to ask Chief Decon, if you can step forward and give me a comment on what you think about this. With the, is the possibility of you being able to even
All right,
monitor said system?
are you aware of what we're actually hoping to contract for, Chief?
Only by the information in front of
All right, so
my jack. So I was made aware of this.
So, what we're talking about is security cameras for our pump stations.
Which one? The one out on
There's one on
West.
West, there's one on Fourth, and there's one in front of the.
upper west?
Yes. So
West.
these will be providing constant monitoring for the pump station, should there be any disturbance, if they went down for any reason, if there was tampering with them.
Is it inside or inside the box or outside? The whole 360.
Oh, yeah. Pretty,
The question I just asked was, could we monitor it? Yes, we could.
we're not talking about it.
24 hours, 24 hour every day looking at it. Effectively, Jack, it could be above my account.
Sure.
I don't know the cost, but I mean, we just did, Cape May, we cover everywhere with cameras. It's a cost that we just kind of,
So-
every street corner.
the force. on
The
this.
human nature of us missing it, responsible, so thankfully, Jack, we could miss it.
Yeah, so again, that's a detail that I don't expect a patrol car driving down the street to be getting out and walking around.
But it could be added, I mean, on top of the cameras, it could be added as just a routine. The zoning car West Cape May could run by and check, because the infrastructure and what we're dealing with in today's world, someone tampering with water service is possible.
I think these security cameras will be monitoring the infrastructure in a way that would be.
Yeah,
More
for Andy
than-
back there to drive by every hour is still tough. So respectful tech, we could do it, but the cameras would probably do a better job. You know, we're all AI into it.
It's 24/7.
And I'm not familiar with the cost, I don't know the cost, it doesn't matter, we're spending $600,000 on cameras for street corners. That nothing may never happen, it's the fact that they could happen, like what ifs.
Right.
Thank you.
So again, this is a detail that is being discussed here at this open public meeting about a need for cameras for pump stations, essential infrastructure in this town. And we discussed it at a previous meeting. I think this is, I would hate to be, what's the expression, penny wise and pound foolish, about something that is so essential to our everyday life and security. So this is, being a public safety specialist, I'm sure you understand that when something goes wrong with infrastructure, then you're causing a great public safety concern. So
I also think that this is a worthwhile thing, particularly after listening to the chief and his position on that Cape May actually has every square inch of their town covered with cameras, because as much as you want to be diligent as a police force, you can't be everywhere at all times. And this is, I think they said $600,000 to do theirs. This is much smaller cost than that. And we do live in a crazy world right now, and infrastructure is a target quite often. I know we live in a little borough, but I think it's a good idea, and I think the cost is worth it. What we're gonna do.
So, okay, so there's a resolution to be considered on that regular meeting. Is there any other old business? I'll just finish up with old business. Okay, Leon's here. Yeah. You know what, Leon, I promised that we would be creative here and actually, so I'm gonna interject you after old business unless you need a minute.
Okay.
All right, you need to turn on your microphone. We are gonna move our audit report to the next item after old business and allow for, well, so appreciate you being here.
Thank you. And what this is the review of the audit, which is a statutory requirement. You have to do one of these every year. And we're happy to be doing it. And so I'm going to go over some key points to it and review not only your existing leadership, but look forward to in the future. Do you have your audit reports right here?
Yes,
You have.
we have the summary actually with us.
Okay, so on the little summary that you have, go to the very back page, that's what I was going to talk about. And the important part about this is that on the back page where it says recommendations, on none. What that means, it's a clean audit. It doesn't mean that everything was exactly how we wanted to say it, but what it means is that everything's in compliance with the laws in New Jersey. Like we say, hey, Laura, you know what, you might do this, but we can see if we do it this way. So as we're doing the audit, we go over things like that, so they're not subject to the recommendation in the action report itself. This is what goes to Trenton, and, that's what you're judged on. We try and help anywhere we can, we work with your budget on other kinds of stuff like that, so the important thing is that it says none there and it's not 10 findings. Probably, let's see, I've been doing this for quite a while. We had a couple of years with 25 recommendations, and this was way back, maybe in the early 90s. So you've got the none right now. This is a good thing. Talking about the numbers, we go over these numbers a lot during the budget process, but I'll recap them now. On your sheet, the fund balance at the bottom is the combined fund balance between the water and sewer and the current fund. You can see it went from $1.6 million to $2.1 million. So it's a decent increase in your fund balance, which I think means financially you're healthy and that you were able to generate more fund balance during the year. We went over certain things. We talked a lot about the cannabis revenue for the budget process, and I've got some budget pages here too, that we did not use all of what we collected. You collected way more than we anticipated the first year because of what the rules are and what we're allowed to do and not allowed to do. And you made a decent amount of money. That's frustrating, as you know, because at one time you're the only game in town for a lot of communities. Now there's like 7, 8, 5, okay, more, so that people have more opportunity to stop someplace else rather than what we do here. So it's going to continue to go that way, and find out where your level is if everything settles. So we did not use all of what we could use in the budget because it's so many. So it turns out that that was a good thing to do. This is a piece from your budget, and it's really kind of like the Bible tells you everything about what's going on in the town. The fund balance will be increased by $328,000, which is a good thing. You got your tax levy increase, which is a good thing. The one thing that we're relying on is that the 2 caps that you have to comply with, the spending cap and levy cap, you were really close on both of them. But so are a lot of towns. The appropriation cap, the spending cap is getting beyond ridiculous. You can spend 2.5% with an ordinance, 3.5% more than the year before. Which health insurance up by much, 36%. How's that work? You're allowed exceptions for some of these things, but still, everything is going up. This is my 51st year doing this, and I will tell you that you'll spend more in 26 than you did in 25. You're going to spend more in 27 than you did in 26. It's just, you are blessed with professionals that are all part-times with no benefits, with a great crew between tax helps and finance. I mean, it's really awesome that you have it as far as the professionals go. And you get them at a relatively good price. Just think I had $36,000 health benefit each one. Let's see what that would do to you. So you really economized and made very good use of your resources. You had a land sale last year too. That was another piece of help from not going to duplicate itself. The liquor license fund is shrinking, as we know, we talk about that all the time. So that's a 2 cent piece on your budget, using $100,000. So that is, after this year is going to be 176 after this budget. So you have 2 more years left before we have time to look at what we're going to do to make that up. It's more important to go over the future than it is to go over the past. Your utility fund balance is also. We didn't do anything radical to that. Rates that we put in 2 years ago, I think. No, 4 years ago. 4 years ago, are working. You're making enough money to cover all your expenses, which they're going up to, just like everything else is. But you're in pretty good shape with that. Your debt service is in great shape. Let's see. You could borrow another $32 million if you wanted to, legally, according to the statute. If you borrow $32 million, you won't sit up there. That would be the end of it. But you're capacity's fine and you have plenty of room to work with it. The percentage collection is over 98%, which is really strong. It's a real percentage of collection, it's not accelerated package sales, so it's a true, it's the best. So what to look forward to is that we have to comply with those two caps. The spending cap is going to be the hard one. The levy cap's got room. We have 333,000 or more we could levy if we wanted to. That'd be 6 cents. I got going to do that. So spending cap, we have like that. And it's up to spending cap. So that's going to be the tough one to work with going forward. I think I've met with maybe 14, 15 towns so far on preliminary budget stuff. It's going to be hard practice to make zeros anymore, anywhere. It's just these 36% of your health insurance. I mean, who's going to pay for that? You know, we, other sources of revenue, we didn't get any more state aid. You know, what's going to happen with the new governor, we have no idea. We'll find out at the end of February. I doubt there's going to be any money for municipalities because they're not in great shape. So we'll see what happens as time goes on with that. So it's a presentation of the audit. The audit was good. The numbers are good. Moving forward, it's going to get tighter. Like I said this to everybody so far I met with. So we'll see what the budget brings, and the sooner you get information together, the better, so we can see it.
Working on it.
You can get out in front of this. We're not yelling.
Yeah. Just so much.
The sooner the better. The state document should be out before the late next week, so I'll convert everybody over, set to go. And looking forward to it. So again, right now you're in pretty good shape.
Great, thank you. We did, want to allow for public comment. If there's, now is the time to do it. If anybody from the public would like to come forward and ask some questions of our auditor about the audit. This is strictly for the audit report, but that's why he's here. So again, please come forward.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Yeah, just think, and I mean, you went through our audit, you've done this for 55 years. Well, that's impressive. And
He's getting good at it too.
how are we positioned relative like other towns? I mean, you do a lot of towns. How we manage the borough? Are there things that you can share with us from other towns that they do to make it easier for them to hit their budget numbers or be creative?
Actually, you've done what I mentioned about the professionals. You have a leg up on most people because now you have the employee with a $150,000 salary with $36,000 health benefit, and you're getting for I don't know 25 or something. Yeah, but whatever the right number is, it's not a lot. So you've already taken a lot of steps to alleviate the problems that other towns have. You have a what's it, maybe 17 years worth of police contract calls have been?
Yeah.
With KMA?
Yeah. More than 20.
Oh, more than 20, okay. Yeah. So, but I missed one renewal. And that has controlled your costs. I live in Ocean City. Police and fire is a gigantic, there's 72 of each in there with health benefits, pension, the whole works. So it's really a tough when you have police and fire on your own in your budget. You had police on your own in your budget, and when I guess when Pam got in, Peter, that was the change for when it went from your own force to a force of working with KMA and KMA Port, which has benefited you greatly. So you've done things in the past. You did do the cannabis revenue, I picked up some additional revenue.
The occupancy tax.
It's occupancy tax, no, that's in good shape. That's one that's gonna be up some, will be anticipated. So you've done what you needed to do. You're small, it's hard to control it. There's not a whole lot you can do with it. Who are you gonna get rid of it? You make a change. It's
Pretty lean and mean.
Yeah, it's the enemy, exactly.
Thank you.
questions?
I'm fine, understood, thank you.
All right, so if anyone from the public would like to come forward and make a comment or ask a question of our auditor, please feel free to come forward. Now's your chance.
Thank you. I'm Peter Burke, and I live at 238 Fourth Avenue, in West Cape May. So, as far as the audit goes, the borough is not bankrupt.
No.
And we're not in any serious situation
Correct.
financially, because it was said by a group running that we were in very, very bad situation for our finances, which was so absurd that I just wanted to get clarification that I understood correctly where we stand. I believe that group was informed. Well, anyway, I won't say anything more, but, thank you.
Financially, you're fine.
Good, excellent.
Bill Ettinger, 315 Third Avenue, West Cape May. The caps you speak of, they're both revenue and spending.
Tax levy and spend.
They're state
Yes,
caps,
they are.
so it's state legislative relief. It would be the only, so you said multiple towns have these issues.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people are running into
The
it.
spending cap's the problem pretty much everywhere right now.
So the relief would be state legislative.
Yes.
Okay, just curious.
Anyone else? Any questions for Leah? Close the public comment. Thank you for coming and
Thank you.
thank you for your hard work.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Take care. Make $6,000.
All right. Moving on to new business. We have a request for handicap parking on the street for private residents. I think George, you want to fill us in a little bit on this request?
If it's this comes under statute, if a person has, either disabled, handicapped or veteran license plate or has any doctor either hang time, in this case, it's a veteran, they can request handicap parking on the street. The way it's written, we actually have to change the ordinance to add that address onto the ordinance, so we're talking about it now. It's really something that is in the law. So once the person has all the detail submitted, we just need to issue it. So that's what we did.
So I have a question, does the person, because I'm seeing the other one in our ordinance, does that person have to provide like some yearly update that they continue to be eligible for this spot?
I don't believe that requirement's in the law, but I don't know what to tell.
I mean, I'm just thinking,
I would assume that there must be some
right, so,
mechanism to ensure that the person is still entitled to the handicap.
well, that's just something I want to, if we have to amend the ordinance to include this gentleman's request, which I'm happy to do, I just want to make sure that while we're amending, that we put some provision in there to review their eligibility on based on a continued status to be eligible for that.
I'll have to look at the statute before I can get back to you to see whether you can do that or not. It makes sense to me that there ought to be some requirement that a person continue to show their eligibility. People don't, on the other hand, how many people get undisabled?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Sure.
so you would, again, I think the space would be made there, somebody requires that. And then, then the need may no longer be there for one reason or
As long as if the statute is silent about it, then you can amend your ordinance to include that.
Well-
But I need to see what the statute says one way or the other before I can advise you as to whether that you were, that what you're suggesting can be included in our ordinance.
So,
So just an aside. This gentleman submitted his documentation and I'm looking at it. And it says permanent. His disability is permanent, which I don't have any problem looking at the ordinance and putting some other language, but I can tell you for this particular one, the way it is written, he has a permanent disability, that, so this would never expire, as far as I could see in that ordinance.
Well, unless it's the mayor says that the person passed.
I think, well, yeah, that's our responsibility to make sure we
Or,
go,
or sell the house.
or to sell the house, there, you go, that's good.
which happens all the time in the States, yes.
This is a common problem in the city, people fighting for spots. They do take advantage of this scenario, and your family member is sick and doesn't drive, and they get it for that person. I don't see this problem down here. I think it's a good thing, and I think I'm truthful about what he's saying. It should be no problem to get given.
Yes, except we have to amend the ordinance and all the other things that go with it. So no, I have no problem with it either. I'm just, it's a little cumbersome to actually make it happen, so. Okay. Anything else under new business? All right. Public comment. If anyone has a comment or anything discussed during the work session, please come forward and state your name and address for the record.
Seven Stevens Street, just a quick question on the handicap spot. If it has to be done by ordinance, could that ordinance be written so that it could be amended via resolution and make it less cumbersome if this happens in the future?
No.
It has to be done by ordinance. Okay.
From the public have a comment on the work session? Lynn?
Lynn Kudinski, 601 Sunset Boulevard. I want to address the video system that's going to be voted on tonight. What is the price, both initial and
You got it?
It's $9,952 for the initial purchase. And then off the top of my head, I believe it's around 700 a month for the service.
would that monthly service rise if additional cameras were added?
This is just strictly for the system that we are quoting now. So
Yeah,
it,
that was my question.
For the
My
three pump
question
stations.
Was if the excess ports are used for additional cameras.
no, it's all just for 4
Okay,
on that one.
all right. So has there been any damage to the pumping stations to this point in time? Does anybody know if there's been damage done?
Over the year,
sorry, Chief?
over the year, you got graffiti, that's some information about the West Street, West Month, kids playing around, struck.
Okay, so no physical damage.
I'm sorry,
There's no technical.
Mayor, we can't have back and forth
Okay.
with the audience. If the chief wants to come up and make a comment on the record to the microphone, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but I want to make sure that we have a clean record
My apologies.
That's okay.
Shared my opinion. Yes, we have had over the year. 20 years or so, even when I was a West Cape police officer, we had some graffiti out there, tagging, all it. Specifically in the West Room. This one out here was damage to it at one point. Nothing crazy as far as nothing crazy as far as, damage and breaking blocks or the building itself, or the building itself. But it happens, possible.
Okay, so, other than desecration, no physical damage was done.
I call that physical, but that's.
But, I mean,
Yes.
blocks were not cut.
That is correct. To my knowledge, that's my,
Just somebody not in there.
to the best of my knowledge, no.
Okay, so we're looking, the commissioners are looking at a proactive security system. My point is, the video system is a reactive. You have a video of the past incident that took place. You're not stopping it. You're only recording it. Okay, so you're not stopping the damage.
It has a security feature that would alert tie in with the police department.
Okay.
Yes, no, it would be in process.
My point is, wouldn't a more secure lock and an alarm be a less expensive, lower maintenance option rather than dropping $10,000 plus another, $800
So it's,
a year?
I'm not,
All right, and I already know how this vote, or I assume to know how this vote is going to go. I just want you to know what I think, and frankly, other people that I've talked to who live in West Cape May think that this is overkill to a large degree. All right, so do what you're going to do. All right, that's it.
is there anyone else in the public who'd like to make comment on the work session? Seeing no one else wishing to speak, I'll close public comment and we'll move on to the regular meeting. It's from the October 22nd regular and closed session. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the regular and the closed session.
Second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonello,
Yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Sabo.
Yes. On the resolutions, we have resolution 175-25, authorizing the acceptance of the audit report for 2023.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution 175-25, accepting the audit report for 2024.
Second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonello,
Yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Sabo.
Yes. Resolution 176-25, authorizing the purchase of a new security system for the 3 West Cape May sewer lift stations from Vector Security under New Jersey state contract.
I'll make a resolution to,
motion.
I'll make a motion to accept resolution 176-25.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonello,
Before I say, I'm gonna say, before I vote, I wanna say, I don't think enough information was, shared properly with the, Public Safety Commissioner and the police department. He said tonight it was his first time he heard about this. So with that, I think it's definitely a very costly matter for, we're really one of the safest towns on the planet, never mind the state. I think it's like Malinsky said, it's overkill, I don't think we can afford it. I think we use our money somewhere more wisely. I don't think it's good government. So with that, I have to vote no.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Sabo.
Yes. Resolution 177-23, authorizing an appropriation transfer during the last 2 months of the fiscal year. So this is authorizing money into the budget to keep us moving along.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 177-25.
Second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonello,
Yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Sabo.
Yes.
Mayor, just so it's clear, this motion, this resolution doesn't add anything to the budget. It simply moves and it's permitted after November, after November the 1st to.
Correct. This is standard transfer.
Right.
Thank you. Resolution, roll call?
Yes.
Yes, okay, resolution 178-25, authorizing the payment of bills.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 178-25, approving bill payment.
Second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonello,
Yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Sabo.
Yes. Resolution 179-25, authorizing a closed session tonight. Brian, do you want to update us on the topics?
Again, I am just going to be updating you on contract negotiations and a couple of matters that could be, the subject, potentially the subject of litigation. I've been updating you each meeting basically, on these matters, and I don't expect any, official action to be taken as a result of this update.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 179-25, providing for a closed session.
Second motion,
Commissioner Salvatella,
yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Sabo.
Yes. Next up, we have an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, ordinance 651-25, establishing the regulations associated with the operation of e-bikes and scooters. This time I'll open for public comment. If anyone from the public would like to come forward and comment on this resolution. Ordinance, thank you. Please come forward and state your name for the record. Anyone wishing to speak? I'll close public comment and take a motion to approve ordinance 651-25.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 651-25.
Second motion to approve ordinance 651-25,
Commissioner Salvatella,
yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Sabo.
Yes, thank you. This time we'll have the commissioners' reports.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Let you know about DEP on the drought warnings. We are still in the warning in Cape May County, coastal south. I have the IA, which we posted on the bulletin out in the lobby. The police department, again, we're a great police department, a very safe town. And we're gonna keep it that way in the nearest future. No fears, we live in a beautiful, safe town down here. They had 100 and, I think it was total so far service issue 331, but they did have two arrests. One was driving license revoked, and it was an assault. There was some motor vehicle stops, 69, 27 school-related activities. Traffic radar at 96. Admin duties 109. So, and even though again the city of Cape May Police Department, they are our department as well. They are very active. I see them out and about, and we should be proud of them. And good luck and congratulations on their new structure. They had I guess dig into the event Elk County when I went there, and so good luck to their new house. Also, they're having in Ocean City. They're having a community care day. It's actually, I think it's tomorrow, Thursday, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And it's all about health screenings for you. Anybody that doesn't have insurance or just wants to get checked up on things, cholesterol, diabetes, blood pressure, eye exam, breast exam, skin exam, free flu vaccinations. All those things are there available free at no cost. And again, Community Care Center in Ocean City. It's 6th to the Boardwalk, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Fire, I have no changes. They all do a great job, and we should be proud of the volunteer fire what we have. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. Hey, can you put that? The first thing I have is I just want to give a shout out to our OEM team in the town, which is Greg Basil, Bill Isaac, and Robbie Elwell. We were recertified for 2025 edition of the operations plan in compliance with all the state and accepted by the county OEM. This takes a lot of work, a lot of man hours to do it. So I just want to shout those guys out. They did a nice job, and we got our certification, which is great. Second thing, on December 1st at Wilbraham Park, We will have a crew with the shade tree, decorating the park for Christmas. We usually get a pretty good crowd out for that. It's kind of fun. We do all the bushes, the trees. It's led by Susan and Wayne Hoffman and our shade tree group. If you would like to volunteer, you guys can reach out to the borough and we'll get your name on the list. And it's 10 o'clock on December 1st. Hopefully it won't snow like it did last year, but it's kind of festive. It was very cold. It was like yesterday. That's all I had.
Parade, tree light?
Yeah, that's coming.
Just leave it
So we have a little, sorry, yeah.
I didn't do all the related parade fun. First, we have hospitality night coming up on November 21st. That will be 5 to 8. It's actually gained a lot of steam, our hospitality night. It's been fun. Local businesses offer, sometimes food and drinks, sometimes, you have your stamp and you can go around and get entered into a drawing, and it's a great time to see neighbors and support our local businesses. That's November 21st. On December 5th, we have our tree lighting at Wilbraham Park. That's smack dab in the middle of all the other tree lightings that are actually the first one, second one that day at 6 o'clock here in Wilbraham, and then you can move over to Cape May City and see their tree lightings as well at
7.
there's 7 and 8. There's the one at that one.
Right.
Very parking in Thomas.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's a night. And then, of course, the Christmas parade is December 6th. I have to, once again, please ask, how many local businesses did we say that were in the city of Cape May? Yeah. We are asking every business that has, a great weekend that weekend to please support our parade. We are thankful for the people who have done fundraisers, Cape May Brewing, Bear Brewing, the Chalfont, really Flying Fish Studio, West Side Market, our great community partners, Harry's also. There's a couple others that have already donated, but we are really in need of every local business donating to our community Christmas parade, and would appreciate all of your help in when you're supporting those businesses over the next couple of weeks. Say, hey, have you written your check for the West Cape May Christmas parade? Because as we all know, it is all donations based, and we appreciate all the support that we get. So thank you for that, and that's all I have. I appreciate Leon coming. I know he skedaddled down. He's between a lot of meetings these days. Just want to give another shout out to our finance department. An audit that was something to be proud of. It's not easy to do in this day and age with managing our monies, and we do a really good job at it. So I appreciate that. For nothing else, I'll open for public comment. Anyone from the public has anything to say, please come forward and state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one wishing to speak. Oh.
Got one.
Jennifer Insinicello, 165 Leaning Avenue. I just wanted to congratulate all the candidates on their great work this year. I wanted to commend those who have won the election. I also wanted to thank my husband for his service these past 2 years, albeit he shook up the community. I understand that, to say the least, but I appreciate his voice in the community. I also want to notate that I don't think that anyone from his team is here this evening, which is an indication of something. And I also don't think the live stream is working because I was trying to listen to it on my way home.
It just keeps freezing up.
Okay, no, that was it. Thank you so much. See you at the.
Good evening, Wayne Hoffman, 408 Fourth Avenue, West Cape Bay. Laura and I have been working together to attempt to build some type of program initiative to raise money for the parade. She got me a list of businesses in Cape May and West Cape May, and there were a total of 170. And according to my information, out of that 170, one of the businesses has given us money for the parade. So I'm going to attempt to get 10 individuals together, and the 2 weeks leading up to the parade, everybody gets 12 names. They go to the businesses, knock on the doors, and hopefully get the person that can write the check. And we like to raise some money. We a little bit behind this year, and hopefully, if you can get the word out, or if Mike, anyone wants to help, we
Well,
appreciate anybody's help.
And just to augment that, Wayne, we have approached, the Chamber of Commerce has sent out numerous emails. As well as other avenues I have through local business leaders, municipality, et cetera, to, and even people whose Airbnbs are rented for the weekend, you have them rented, it's a busy weekend, just a little something of that would be appreciated.
Well, I've been told that it is the busiest financial weekend of the year. It tops 4th of July. They're making millions and millions of dollars, and we don't have too many hotels in West Cape May, or they have made most of the restaurants, so that's where a lot of the revenues come. So I have found that in the past, if you knock on the door face to face with them, they tend to write the checks. So we'll see. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Depot Campground. They are more than generous every year, with their, donations, so. And is there anyone else from the public who would like to speak?
Me 302 Sixth Avenue. I just had a question about the master plan. I thought I heard that this coming Tuesday will be the public review. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, we've been having the public meetings
Right.
all along.
But so this Tuesday, the
The
18th.
final draft will be presented, yes.
And because we've been looking online and we can't find, all we find is the May 29th one.
It's the planning and zoning board meetings, it's still set the planning. and zoning
I know,
board.
but it's the master plan, like the website.
I thought the, let's try this, so I'll check on this.
Okay, because when we look, the last one I can see is like May 29th.
I'll double check.
They may have typically one up and just not change the date.
Okay,
So we'll check tomorrow.
okay, then,
Thank you.
thank you.
It doesn't.
Yeah, we'll check on that. Anyone else from the public who would like to speak, please come forward. Seeing no one else wishing to speak, I'll take a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
Also, please.
Commissioner Santicello,
Yeah.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Sabo.
Yes. We will return to adjourn the meeting after.
Brings a